Ever since the dawn of time, mankind has had but one question on its collective mind. A question so philosophical, so thought-provoking, so intense, that has driven many to insanity. Even Greek President Gandhi has weighed in, famously quoted with his answer, top 20 most inspiring Gandhi quotes. I mean, what else can you even say to that? That right there's the peak of human existence. Of course, the question I'm referring to is what the hell happened after the series finale of hit 80s sitcom ALF? For those out of the loop, ALF was a primetime sitcom about a wisecracking alien living in this family's home, and the show literally ends with a cliffhanger of ALF being kidnapped by the alien task force, with the assumption that the show would be renewed for a 5th season. But it never was, creating one of the worst sitcom endings of all time. And yes, I did say sitcom. Listen to how unfitting this laugh track is in the finale.
That's my luck. I'm a sports fan among you.
Of course, over half a decade later, all the way in 1996, our prayers were finally answered. An ALF TV movie! Finally, some closure. I'm sure it's just as good as everyone was hoping. And it's horrible. No, seriously, this has to be one of the worst TV movies I've seen in a long time. I mean, think of any movie trope or cliche you can possibly think of, and it's somewhere in that movie. Hell, the entire Alvin and the Chipmunks quadrilogy is probably in there somewhere for all I know. You might want to grab some popcorn for this one, ladies and gentlemen, because we're traveling into uncharted territory. That's right, we're talking about Project ALF, the failed TV movie nobody wants to remember. Our story begins in this military base in the middle of nowhere, where we're introduced to the government's alien task force. Or at least that's what I assume this is. I don't know, this movie doesn't really explain much to you, it just sort of throws you in like a defenseless baby.
Good evening. I'm General Myron Stone, Air Force Liaison to the Pentagon.
Hey, yeah, listen, I'm really interested in what you're trying to say, I promise, but can we get to the entertaining part of this movie already? I'm kinda on a schedule here. Oh my god, holy shit. So this entire first 15 minutes of the movie is full of nothing but painfully boring exposition from a bunch of characters who never once appeared on the show. You know, just like every kid's dream. In fact, literally no character from the show appears at all in this movie. Well, besides ALF, of course. Speaking of ALF, when we finally do get to see him, it's just a montage of the government doing intelligence tests on him for far too long, while ALF makes wisecracking remarks.
Let's try some word association. I'll say a word and you say whatever pops in your mind.
Food.
Oh, you silly little rascal, ALF. You're just so funny. Oh, shoot. We're rolling. What? I wasn't gonna kill myself. I should go. So pretty much everyone on this committee wants to vote for ALF to be free, as he's proven to be a harmless and intelligent alien. Well, you know, everyone except for this guy, General Palpatine, or whatever you want to call him. Your choice, really. But he wants ALF dead. Why? I don't know. Maybe he was just having a bad day. Or maybe, just maybe, the writers were desperately in need of some sort of plot because they had no ideas. Something tells me it's the second one. So after an entire 20 minutes of boring council meetings, we finally get to move forward with the plot. Let's see what happens.
Mama. Beg pardon, sir? What? Did you say...
Okay, well, maybe we shouldn't move forward. Let's go back to the beginning. I kind of missed that. So the commander dude basically spouts exposition about how his mom was kidnapped by aliens or something to this poor intern who looks like the fucking kid from 2.5 Men. Apparently this is the reason he wants to kill ALF, but it really makes no sense to me.
Sign right there. Top secret? Yes, our top secret, Reese. Right there at the bottom. Let me help steady your hand, son.
Yeah, I don't know if I should sign this. So meanwhile, back at the Air Force, or wherever the hell this movie takes place, we're introduced to our main human protagonist, Commander Rick, who's just the spitting image of heroism.
Hi.
Major, Rick was just talking about you.
Pete, why don't you go get yourself an apple juice, huh? He's a great kidder.
Oh, did I say heroism? Whoops, sorry, I meant complete antisocial behavior. The man's a regular John Arbuckle, what can I say? I'm sure this will lead to some wacky shenanigans.
I've been transferred.
Oh, well, never mind. That's not very wacky, actually. It's kind of sad, to be honest. Anyway, these two will they, won't they lovebirds are our main two characters for this movie. I can already feel the love tonight, right, Simba?
Alf, you're in grave danger. We gotta get you off the base. You're scheduled for a medical test in a couple of hours.
Oh, it must be my cholesterol again.
That's the least of your worries. Milfoil is planning to test a serum on you.
Is it cherry flavored?
It's poison.
Jesus, I swear, Alf is the only decent part of this entire movie. Anytime he isn't on screen, I just want to gouge my brain out. Anyways, Twiddledee and Twiddledumbass here managed to sneak Alf out of the military base and move the plot along to its next trope. I mean, location, right. Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Wasn't personal, was it?
What?
You're not wanting me to come along with you?
No, I like you. I like working with you.
Are you kidding me? 28 minutes into this movie, and we've already reached the friend zone trope. Ooh, can't imagine how they're about to solve this plot line. So after we have to watch Commander Rick's actor pretend he knows how to play a believable human being, the film's budget finally allows us to move to a new location. I wonder what wacky area we'll end up at next, and it's a hotel. Haven't seen this one before.
Fine, we'll stay here on the couch.
Evidently, we've paired up for the evening.
We haven't paired up, there's just no place else to sit.
Yeah, boys are icky and have cooties. I would never, ever even think about touching a member of the opposite sex. To be fair though, she could do better than this dude anyways, so you know what, I can't even blame her. Let's just move on before I puke at the thought of Rick turning a woman on. So Alf ends up running away for like 2 whole scenes since they couldn't be bothered to come up with an actual plot to this movie. Oh yeah, and then Alf ends up at a strip club? What? Okay, was this necessary? Wait, did this need to be in the movie? Oh, no, wait, of course it needed to be. We had to fit in that trope where the creature and the human companion end up at nightclub and have to explain to random people creatures wearing costume.
All right, take it easy.
Mardi Gras. We're on our way to Mardi Gras, and hence the costumes.
Yeah, real original, guys. How long did it take you to come up with that one? So after this literal 10-minute plot diversion of Alf running away, the gang ends up driving to this scientist dude's house to drop off Alf in a place he'll be safe, or something. I don't know, this part just kinda came out of nowhere. It probably was mentioned somewhere in the heap of exposition in the first 20 minutes of the movie, but I ain't got time for that.
Melissa.
Pleasure to meet you again, Dr. Moyers.
Please, it's Dexter, and call me Dex.
So here we're introduced to Dr. Dex Moyers, whose main role in the story is to serve the fake-out love interest to make Commander Rick jealous, and also has a spooky, sketchy side. Can't imagine what's gonna happen with that.
Alf, this is Dr. Dexter Moyers.
Howdy, partner.
Well, Dr. Moyers, what do you think?
I think this is the moment I've been waiting for my entire life.
Okay, calm down there, buddy. You don't want to go to horny jail now, do you? I remember my days before horny jail. So young and full of life. So basically, Dr. Moyer explains that he's going to expose Alf on a talk show to prove that aliens are real and harmless, which I guess somehow means that Alf will be safe from now on. You know, except that would make the plot too easy. You gotta throw some more cliché movie tropes in there. Oh, I know! How about a scene where the heroes discover Dr. Moyer's evil plans on a computer by accident, and then he catches them, exposing the fact that he's actually a villain? What is this, Scooby-Doo? Did a 4-year-old come up with this plot? So basically, Rick finds his plan on Moyer's computer to sell Alf off to the highest bidder after the interview. What for, you ask? No idea. The movie never really even explains it. Also, how are people already bidding if Alf's existence hasn't been revealed yet? What's the point of the interview? God, I have a headache already. Let's just keep moving through this dumpster fire. So Rick ends up running away and calling back to base after nobody believes him about Dr. Moyer's plan, which then gives away his location to the commander guy who wanted to kill Alf at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, remember that? It was only like, what, 7 plot lines ago? Keep up.
Sir. Captain? Listen to me, you traitorous little twerp. You better come clean and quickly, too, or I'm gonna kick your butt so hard, your breath's gonna smell like shoe polish!
No, please, cooperate. I don't think this movie needs to be any longer than it already is. So Rick decides to take Arnold Schwarzenegger here to Alf under the guise that Alf won't be harmed by him, because there's no way he could possibly betray that promise, right? Right? Meanwhile, back at the studio, it's just about time for Alf's big reveal to the world.
Jax, can you hear me, buddy?
Loud and clear, Nigel.
You want to give me some idea of what we're talking about tonight?
You're gonna have to trust me on that one, Nige. I haven't let you down yet, have I?
As far as I'm aware, yeah, unless you're the writer of this movie. So right before Dr. Moyer can finally reveal Alf live on this off-brand Larry King program, Rick and the General show up and shut down the entire operation. And that's literally just the end of this plotline. Like seriously, we never find out what happens to Dr. Moyer or anything. They just sort of drop him out of the plot. Well, at least Alf is in safe hands since the General Commander guy promised, right?
Hey, go easy with her. I thought we had a deal.
How about this for a deal, Captain? You and your associate get to be court-martialed. Plus, and I'm throwing this in as a bonus, the alien will be dead by next week.
Okay, goddammit, I trusted you. Wow, think I ever considered you my hero. Alright, now buckle your seatbelts everyone, because I'm gonna try to explain this absolute clusterfuck of an ending. So Rick ends up getting a video recording of the General as he says his evil plans to kill Alf out loud, which he then gives to his intern assistant guy, who then in turn exposes him to the rest of the alien task force, who then in turn exiles him, whatever. Now let me tell you why this makes absolutely no sense. So the General's plan was to recapture Alf, right? As he did, and then have the committee agree to having him executed. But when the committee sees footage of him planning to execute Alf, they ban him? What was the end game here? And the committee already decided he was harmless at the beginning of the movie anyways. It's not like he had any new information or anything. Hell, he wasn't even on screen for the majority of the movie. So if you're confused at all about what I'm even talking about, then join the club, buddy. The Alf fan club. Just kidding. Alf fans aren't real. Well, there you have it. The actual, literal end to the entire Alf franchise. I mean, I guess it's better than keeping it on a cliffhanger, but that's the best they could come up with? It just makes me sad, you know? The Alf franchise deserves a better ending. In fact, it makes me so sad that it kind of makes me want to sing a song. I'm here without you, Alf. You're still on my lonely mind. I'm here without you, Alf, and I think about you all the time. I'm here without you, Alf. You're still with me in my dreams. 'Cause tonight, Alf, it's only you and me.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you like what you saw, I have like 2 more right there linked like in front of you. It'd be kind of crazy if you like, I clicked on one of them or something.